Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now, we got a big fight coming up. Showtime, SHAWN, Porter, right? And your boy, come on now, your boy Terence Bud Crawford, right? Nice welterweight fight coming on the weekend and stuff, you know. And it's a significant fight. We've talked about it. You know, this is going to be a big fight, right? This is going to be a good fight. But, you know, I just been hearing, hey, Terence Bud Crawford, he got to knock out SHAWN Porter, right? And I'm like, so really? Man, let me tell you straight up, from the jump, Terence Crawford ain't got to knock out no SHAWN Porter. Just beat SHAWN Porter. I wouldn't care if he did a Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Casimero and don't let him hit him, right? I wouldn't care if he boxed like outboxed. Doesn't matter, right? Get the W. All these expectations, right? You know, just run it back. And that's how people do. They already start. I thought after the fight they were going to start saying that SHAWN Porter is not this and not that. They ain't waiting till after the fight. Because at the end of the day, Terence Crawford wanted Errol Spence. Okay? He didn't want the guy that lost to Errol Spence. And that's what we were talking about the whole time. It's like everybody was saying we'll fight SHAWN Porter. Right? Even this kind of his friend of his. And I was like, hold up on that fight until it's more, you know, till it's more significant. You know, if SHAWN Porter would have won the fight, we know damn well Crawford would have reached out to fight him then because he had a belt. But without a belt, it was like, okay, but SHAWN Porter is the toughest one and, you know, it's something that he's not going to be able to do. Or it's going to be hard for Terence Crawford to do. But at the end of the day, we're talking about Terence Crawford, right? All these welterweights that we're talking about that's on the other side of the street, you know what I'm saying, the Danny Garcias and the Keith Thurmans and SHAWN Porter and Errol Spence and them, they at 147, they've been there forever, then didn't get it figured out who's undisputed before Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, in the meantime, was in lightweight division, cleaned that out, and I tell you, like I always told you for 40 years now, there wasn't nobody in that division talking about, well, where you going? Stay here. Wasn't none of that. It was like, please, is he gone yet, man, before I can start acting up? All right, cool, he gone. Now, yeah, I'm running this now. That's how that was. So he went up to 140 and beat everybody up and became undisputed. In the meantime, these guys still fight. Now, all of these guys should actually be 154 pounders. You know damn well Danny Garcia is a 154 pounder. Keith Thurman can't get down to 147, man. He look like a mummy when he gets to 147. Boy, I'm 154. Right? SHAWN Porter is the middleweight. We already know that. Right? And Errol Spence is the Hulk. So don't even try it. All should be at 154 by now, handling that business, and it should have been undisputed at 147 already. So, if you 154 pounds, here come a skinny old dude coming in your division, right, because he's undisputed, and what does he do? He is number one pound for pound. They didn't just give a brother number one pound for pound. Something had to happen. We ain't handing no brothers no easy stuff. We know damn well that Terence Crawford was number one pound for pound. Coming into your division, beating up another 154 pounder in Jeff Horn. Right? Beat him up after Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao. I'm repeating myself, but damn it, he's a 154 pounder. Right? Kell Brook is a 154 pounder too. All of these people should be 154 pounds. So the little guy coming to your vision being a number one pound for pound, and he got to do the chasing, and we talking about other side of the street. While we hollering on the other side of the street, beating Jose Benavidez, who was also undefeated, and also could be a 154 pounder. You know, so I'm doing all this, and matter of fact, I'm knocking out all the welterweights on this side of the street. Right? They supposed to go get somebody that's coming to their division, right? With this moniker as number one pound for pound. That's why the SHAWN Porter fight is cool and all that, but Terence Crawford ain't got to do a damn thing. These big old 154 pounders that's parading as 147 pounders supposed to get rid of this little skinny dude. And if not, then that's what it is. You know, Terence Crawford is just getting up there. Right? Handling his business, and it's not even close. So no, hell no, to him having to knock out SHAWN Porter. You can beat SHAWN Porter. Who else knocked him out? All these, you know, awesome guys. Danny Garcia, who I love, he didn't knock out no SHAWN Porter. Errol Spence, you was in a real close fight to SHAWN Porter. Matter of fact, you supposed to be rematching him. right? Keith Thurman beat him probably the best so far, but barely. You know what I'm saying? Kell Brook eked out a win against him. You know, so ain't nothing happening. You know, okay, he got hit with a left hook, good left hook at the end of the fight when you knew you won already and you wasn't paying attention. Broner knocked him down, but ain't nobody handling on Shawn Porter. So, you know, if Terence Crawford were to do that, that would be awesome. But I've seen people ignore other stuff that was awesome. I was living when he was supposed to fight Victor Postal, and I know what that meant. Everybody can act like it because they wasn't there. That was supposed to be hard because Lucas Matisse was the Shawn Porter at the time, and Victor Postal got rid of him. That's who Matisse was, the equivalent of a Shawn Porter for sure, because them hands was heavy. Postal took care of him. People didn't know Terence Crawford was gonna beat him like that because nobody else did. That's what undefeated means. So things like that, you know, when we forget and we keep, you know, new challenges come. That's fair. But the expectations of Terence Crawford warrants him to just be called undisputed #1 pound for pound. Terence Crawford ain't gonna be looking for fights in between. What we just talked about it. You know what time it is. We ain't gonna even get on Canelo, right? But I just will say this: everybody that's supposed to be great, they will navigate. And I'm just saying, you know, Canelo, you know, navigating. Oh, I ain't going to fight this guy. Oh, give me a franchise title for this. Okay, WBC take the title from Benavidez. I'll go get this one. Oh, WBO back in the day. Demetrius Andrade, he's the 154-pound champion. Hold up. They took it from him. Cool. Leon Smith, I got you. Right? Ooh. Oh, I got popular Clenbuterol. You know, 6 months. I ain't going to fight 6 months anyway. Boom. I'm back in the game. I'm the face of boxing. I can go and not fight Demetrius Andrade at 160 pounds for undisputed at middleweight. I can just say, you know something? There's Kovalev up there. You know, he's been weak now, but then he ain't going to have nothing but about a 6-week training camp for me. Let me wait and not fight him on my Mexican holiday. Let me wait till November and let him fight Kovalev, because I ain't gonna fight Demetrius Andrade for $40 million and undisputed. I'm gonna wait for Kovalev, give him the money he wants, right, and fight him in November, because at least I can say full division then. Cool. And then navigate WBC and stuff, everybody helping them, right? Right now this cruiserweight stuff, whatever. You know, but if whoever's falling for that, whatever. But navigate. Gennady Golovkin, hey, I beat everybody from 154 to 175. Then he went down to 168, you know, hoping that some other people called him out. Andre Ward, hey, you can fight me, right? He said, no, not right now. He's too much. He don't want him. He was talking about Kessler and your boy, I can't think of his name now. It'll hit me, though. It's them two. You know what I'm saying? That's who he was trying to get. And he wasn't talking about it, you know, at 154. Wasn't no brothers saying no, right? Charlo and them wasn't saying no, neither one of them. They wanted some. Andre, I told you, he been calling Canelo, man, he want Canelo since he's been an infant. So, you know, he been wanting some. You know, Lara and Trout fought him. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. But they navigating the man, doing what they can to navigate him. Lomachenko, he's supposed to fight Devin Haney, right? Supposed to fight him. Mandatory everything. They gave him the franchise title. Let him fight Teofimo Lopez. Lose Teofimo Lopez, get the rematch. They don't force him to fight Devin Haney for the WBC belt. Hey, go fight Nakatani and we're going to say you're back. You know, we're going to just navigate. Tyson Fury. You know, Deontay Wilder, get him up off the couch. Right? You can fight 50-50. We ain't got no time for no negotiating. Come on, get up off the couch. Have a couple of fights. Let's do this. Boom. We got a 2-fight deal. You supposed to give me a rematch. No. Fury, ESPN signs Fury, right, after a draw. And then, you know, let him go fight Otto Wallen and Tom Swartz and them. That's what wasn't in the contract. Then the second time he could call the fight off, right? Things happen, nobody investigate. Tyson Fury done had every transgression known to man in boxing, right? Nobody paying attention. We're going to just navigate. So the bottom line, it's funny to me because I know what time it is, you know, to watch it and to what lengths, you know, people will go, right, in the sport of boxing, right? But you just got to be woke, make sure you know what's going on. Now, that has nothing to do with Shawn Porter and them, right? Shawn Porter and Terence Crawford about to be a good fight, y'all. No doubt about it. And it's going to be significant no matter how it turns out or how it plays out. There's not a bad scenario to this fight unless somebody got hurt early or something like that. But if the fight ends fair and square, there's not really a bad scenario because you wish both of these guys well at the end of the day. But the point here was, and let's go back to that, is simple. Terence Crawford has done enough Let's ask these other guys to do what Terence Crawford is, because if we were, they would be doing what he's doing right now, or trying to do right now in the middleweight division. They're still at welterweight, still there the whole time, and no one's undisputed. So we can probably get that done before we start asking Terence Crawford to do something in his third weight division that none of these others have. Terence Crawford just has to win the damn fight, and another thing, he's the very best boxer on the planet at this point. Period. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.